From the University of Laverne, this is Foothill Community News.
Hello, and welcome to Foothill Community News. My name is Taylor Fukunaga. It's been more than a week since the astronauts of the Artemis II splashed down in the Pacific Ocean near San Diego. During a news conference on Thursday, they said they are still going through the process of readapting to Earth after their 10 days in space. The crew is undergoing medical testing, scientific tests, and doing rehab to regain their strength. One of the crew members is Victor Glover. He's a Pomona native, a graduate of Ontario High School and Cal State University San Luis Obispo. The man accused of setting fire to a warehouse in Ontario has pleaded not guilty in court. Prosecutors say 29-year-old Chamil Abdul Karim set fire to the warehouse on Tuesday morning, April 7th. The fire at Eucalyptus and South Hellman Avenues burned for nearly 12 hours until crews finally put it out. The warehouse is owned by consumer goods company Kimberly-Clark. He is charged with felony arson and aggravated arson. He is being held without bail. Local civil rights activist Dolores Huerta has been named one of Time magazine's most influential people of 2026. Huerta helped farm workers around the country secure better pay and protections, work that made her a civil rights and labor icon. Foothill Community News sat with the Director of Multicultural Affairs at the University of Laverne on his experience meeting Huerta.
National Women's Day in 2013, I had Dolores Huerta in my office when I was in the campus center, and I thought this is a moment to have Dolores Huerta here. This is when we first brought her to the University of Laverne to speak, and I needed her to sign something, like sure something, right? And so I pulled this picture off the wall, and I had her sign it, and she happened to have a wonderful marker that it was a kind of a silver marker, and she wrote on there, "Viva Cesar Chavez, Dolores Huerta, 3/8/2013." And honestly, just to reflect on that, I didn't know any of this, and yet I know, obviously, she wrote this exclamatory kind of a statement, and thinking now, like, wow. How was that for her to have written that, given, I didn't ask her to write what she wrote, but she, she was still able to express that, It's the idea that, that she was holding this truth and that she could still, express that, unbeknownst to me, to the world at that point, So I think even now to have reflected on that, it's like, it's a deep breath moment, Like, what does it mean? What did it mean for her to have done that? But to honestly have carried that for so long.
Last month, Huerta was one of the several women who accused the late labor leader Cesar Chavez of sexual assault. And pets have been beloved friends to owners for years, but now they're coming with a higher price tag than ever before. From veterinary care to pet food prices, owning a pet is rising at an alarming rate. FCN's Miguel Navarro has reactions from dog owners in Upland.
For many, owning a pet is more than just an animal. It can mean family. Dogs are even considered man's best friend. However, today is more expensive than ever to own a pet. Over the past year, there's been a 10% price increase, forcing frustration amongst owners.
I've noticed more recently with veterinary prices, like taking in for annual exams, vaccines, and like any kind of flea or tick preventative has pretty much doubled in price.
Pet essentials such as grooming, veterinary care, and food are seeing the biggest increase. In the past year alone, veterinary prices have grown 8%, and since 2019, the price of pet food has increased by over 20%. These prices have impacted how owners will spend in the future.
We were thinking about getting another dog. We ended up not, but not necessarily because of the dog pricing stuff, because other things are getting expensive as well, and those things we kind of do pay attention to a little bit more.
Experts say that these rising costs have been building over the past several years and are due to growing inflation and recent tariffs on imported goods, which include pet products.
So inflation was 6%, 4%, 3%, but income is increasing by a smaller percentage.
If this trend continues, the pet industry could take a big hit.
Overall, there will be a reduction in the number of people who have pets.
This is Miguel Navarro reporting, Foothill Community News.
When we come back, how you can check a dog out for a day, plus a trading card conundrum. You're going to hear why the hobby of trading cards just got a lot more expensive. Foothill Community News continues after the break.
Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will.
Welcome back to Foothill Community News. Local trading card businesses say they're hurting, and the cost of buying card packs is skyrocketing due to tariffs and recent burglaries. FCN's Layla Elsaba has more from San Dimas.
Since the 1990s, trading card games have been incredibly popular for all ages. Recently, the TCG community has taken a hit with prices skyrocketing due to tariffs and scalpers.
I think it's hurting the community because it was meant for kids. It's kind of turned into an adult hobby now because kids have been priced out of it.
TCG stores in San Dimas and Laverne were involved in robberies in November and December, which raises concerns for the community. A&N Collectibles in San Dimas shared their concerns for any future robberies.
So I think a lot of people are just like breaking into shops. Like a lot of shops are going to break it into nowadays and just taking as much product and just selling it in shows.
I mean, it kind of sucks because, you know, people break into your job and then they take things that, obviously don't belong to them, but it's kind of like, you're kind of like stealing from, again, the community.
Scalping has plagued the Pokemon TCG community, with reselling prices being above retail. An Elite Trainer box from Pokemon's official website is around $60, which have all already been sold out. If we take a look at reseller pricing, it can be from $80 to over $100. However, there is still optimism from the TCG community in hopes to continue doing what these card games are meant to do: unite all trading card game enjoyers.
It's nice to see that when the kids come out here, we have like a safe space for them that they can trade cards. And if they have questions, we're here to help them, and they don't have to worry about, somebody like basically kind of scamming them or ripping them off.
Layla Elsaba, Foothill Community News.
Little Tokyo Japanese Village welcomes more than 1 million visitors every year. And despite the 30-mile distance between Little Tokyo and Laverne, it's easier than ever to go to the cultural hub. FCN's Karina Rodriguez has more.
The Metro A line connects the Laverne community to the greater Los Angeles community. The A line only charges $1.75 and has free transfers for up to 2 hours. Enjoy scenic views of Los Angeles communities such as Glendora, Highland Park, and also downtown Los Angeles before arriving to the Little Tokyo Arts District train station. Find beauty in Dodgers-themed paintings such as this one by Wizard's Crew at the train station. Additionally, witness this iconic painting by Robert Vargas on the side of Miyako Hotel. Explore the world of Sanrio with characters such as Hello Kitty, Cinema Roll, and My Melody at Sanrio Smiles. Beware though, as there may be a line to enter the shop. Grab a quick and cheap lunch at Nijiya Market, where everything is made fresh every single day. Or indulge in food from Little Tokyo restaurants. Cross the street to see the James Irvine Japanese Garden that was completed in 1980. If you feel like visiting a record store, then you're in luck, as Little Tokyo has Going Underground Records, where they sell a wide selection of vinyl, and you will be sure to grow your vinyl collection. Treat yourself to some Japanese and Korean skincare with Elicor. Elicor boasts a wide selection of Japanese face masks, serums, toners, and also makeup. Little Tokyo has something for everyone. I'm Karina Rodriguez, Foothill Community News.
And as we go north, the Pasadena Humane Society is giving dogs a taste of life beyond the walls of the shelter. Their new sleepovers and field trips program hopes to increase adoption rates, one dog at a time. Behind fences, the dogs at the Pasadena Humane Society are stressed and anxious. But a trip to the park, a local coffee shop, or your home gives them a second chance at life. In February, the Pasadena Humane Society hit the ground running with a new initiative, the Doggy Field Trips and Sleepovers program. It gives pup lovers a chance to spend time with the dogs that are up for adoption. And whether it's a day-long field trip around town or a multiple-day sleepover, it allows these dogs to relax and spend time outside of the kennels.
We're seeing a different side of the animal that we don't get to see here, and it's just so heartwarming to see them open up when they're with a foster.
Satamian says it's all a matchmaking process. After signing up through their website with no charge, people will be matched with a dog that best suits their interests, hobbies, and plans for the day. When picking up the dog at the Humane Society, people are given a backpack that serves multiple roles. The outside is like a mobile billboard, letting everyone know that the dog is up for adoption. Inside, the bags are equipped with food, treats, water, toys, and instructions for different case scenarios. When the dog is brought back to the shelter, participants can give feedback about their experience and any photos or videos to cherish the memory.
There's been dogs here where they've been long-term residents, and when they get out of here, it's just one of the best feelings.
The program was originally limited to volunteers at the shelter like Ratana Faraha, but has now expanded to the public for more participation. The doggy field trips and sleepovers at the Pasadena Humane Society are adding to the growing number of ways for people to get involved in short-term or long-term foster care. The Inland Valley Humane Society in Pomona offers something similar with their Daycations and 2-for-2 program.
We really ensure that as stressful as it is for the dogs to be in this population or any of our animals, we really try other ways to kind of make their stay here a little bit more pleasant.
But here in Pasadena, the hope is for these workers and volunteers to see their furry friends find a forever home. Over 70 dogs are listed on their website. For more information on booking a field trip or sleepover, visit pasadenahumane.org. And have you ever worn a new shirt or pair of pants without washing them first? You may think they're already clean, but that's not always the case. A dermatologist at Cleveland Clinic says sometimes manufacturers will add formaldehyde or other preservatives to new clothing to prevent wrinkling and mold, but that can cause skin irritation. Bacteria can also be spread from people trying on the same clothes at the store. When washing your clothes, a gentle setting is best so it doesn't damage the fabric. Doctors say the same advice applies to blankets and towels. They should always be washed first. Kids are bringing the spring vibes in Laverne by getting colorful with the city's sidewalks. The city hosted its annual sidewalk coloring contest on April 1st at Monero Square. Kids ages 1 through 12 competed in a contest to show off their chalk art skills. They drew bunnies, flowers, Easter eggs, and well, some just scribbled. They won prizes and lots of high fives, so good job, kids. The event was free and chalk was provided. Thank you so much for watching. Foothill Community News is produced by broadcast journalism students at the University of Laverne. For more information, visit foothillcommunitynews.org.